Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a demo and review of the new, I think it's pronounced Fiona Stiles, matte finish foundation. And I'm just going to go ahead and kind of show you guys what it looks like in the demo and how I apply it, and then I'll just talk about some pros and cons of this product. So as you guys can see, I'm just starting out with one pump. Again, this has a pump on it, which is amazing, and I love that. And I'm just going to be putting this on one side of my face, and then I'm coming in with the Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge. And again, I'm just blending this into my skin. I do like this with the sponge, but I think it gives me more of a natural finish with less coverage compared to the brush that you guys will see me use it with. But this really presses it into the skin. It blends really nicely. It's really beautiful and I love it. However, when I do use the Expert Face Brush, I just come in with the exactly another pump and do this side, and I just do these round circular buffing motions and it really buffs it into the skin. I feel like I get a better coverage when I do use the brush, which is really weird because I usually get better coverage with the Beauty Blender, but I definitely feel like I get better coverage with the brush. And I'm just buffing it into my skin, and then I'm coming back in with a half of a pump, not really even a half, and just showing you guys that it is buildable. I'm just, like I said, putting it on my skin and just building it up. Just really, really nice finish, and it just blends everything into the skin beautifully. So as you guys can see, again, I was just trying to show you guys the difference. There's not a huge difference. I just feel like the side with the Beauty Blender is a little bit more natural, whereas the side with the brush is just a little bit more matte almost, because you don't have, the water and the hydration from the sponge. So overall, I really love this foundation. I have written down all my notes right here since I've worn it the last a week, almost a week and almost 2 weeks. I'd say about 2 weeks or a couple more. So first off, I want to talk about the color selection and the price. The price is $30, and I purchased this at Ulta. As far as the price, I think that's really good. I feel like it's about the price between a high-end and a drugstore foundation, because my Estee Lauder foundation is like $42, and then I'm saying most other high-end foundations are above the $35 mark, and then a lot of the drugstore foundations, they're getting up there in the teens as well. So I definitely think the price point is pretty nice for this. As far as the color selection, I definitely think that they could do with some more colors, because their color range isn't the best, but maybe, as her brand grows, she'll, come out with some more shades. As far as the packaging, it just looks like this. It's got a nice frosted glass, which I think is so nice. And then you just take this off and it comes with a pump. Again, something else that I can really appreciate. The pump is really nice. The product comes out. It is a little bit of a thicker consistency, but not super thick, but you'll probably see that in the demo. But it's not overly thick or anything. So again, I feel like it's really easy to work with. As far as the longevity, which I think is what's most important, if I do not use a primer with this, within 3 hours I start getting oily, so that was kind of a bummer for me. And then when I did start trying it with my Smashbox primer, I noticed that I started getting about 5 hours before I felt like I needed to touch up. And what I do is about the 5 hour, 5.5 hour mark, I would take a blotting sheet and I would blot the areas where it was oily, and then I'd just come in with this Maybelline Master Fix setting powder, and it just, like I said, just didn't look like it took any of my foundation off. This just took the oil off and then just set everything back down and give me back to a matte finish. However, I've noticed when I use a setting spray that this also prolongs it. I feel like I can go to about around 7 hours before I feel like I need to touch up. And the setting powder the setting spray that I've been using is the Urban Decay De-Slick Makeup Setting Spray. I love this. Again, I just feel like it really kind of helps with the longevity. I feel like if you're someone that kind of likes to just put your foundation on and not worry about it throughout the day, I don't know that this would be for you, but my Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless, I have to touch up around the same hours. It reminds me very similar to this foundation. But like I said, I don't mind having to touch up. It's not a hassle or anything for me. So, the longevity isn't as long as I would like it to be, but I definitely feel like it lasts, a pretty nice time. So as far as the coverage, it is a medium to buildable full coverage, and to get the full coverage, it's really easy. I just add a little bit more foundation where I want the extra coverage, and then just blend it into my skin. As far as like the how it builds, it doesn't go like, you know, patchy. It doesn't start taking off your other makeup. It doesn't look cakey or anything. I still think that it looks very nice and really beautiful on the skin. So I would definitely say that this is a buildable foundation. Something else that I really love about this foundation that I want to mention is that when I put it on, like over my pores, it looks like my pores just like disappear. Like you can't even like see them, and that's something that I really love about a foundation, because my Estee Lauder foundation could sometimes sink into my pores and emphasize them, but this one doesn't do this. This one just like lays over top of it and just glides over top of it, and I love that. So finally, something that I want to mention is kind of like how it works with all the other products. So I definitely feel like you do need a primer. I don't know if a setting spray would be necessary. You know, if you have like normal to combination skin, you might not need a setting spray. I just definitely feel like it did help with the longevity. And like I said, foundations work different for everyone, but I do have pretty oily skin, and it started to get warmer again. Actually, it was weird because our weather was like up in the 60s, and then it got really cold again. We had snow. Now it's getting really warm again, so my skin's just kind of been all over the place, and I feel like it's been producing quite a bit more oil the last couple of weeks. I think, like I said, it's just the weather and where I've changed my skincare. So, but like I said, so far I'm loving this foundation. It's definitely one of my favorites just because it looks beautiful and flawless on the skin. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Anyways, if you guys try out this foundation or get it, or you have tried it out, let me know what you think about it in the comments down below. I definitely think that it would be worth picking up. And if you guys like these reviews and stuff, please don't forget to subscribe. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.